Anthony on Air podcast. On this episode, we are talking about Ghislaine Maxwell. Is she a victim or not? We'll clarify. Free Britney with its final big news. The Joe Biden blunder. Steve Bannon has been indicted. The Blue Origin astronaut. Jon Gruden is suing the NFL. Cuomo and his top aide, Melissa DeRosa, romantically linked together. The metaverse real estate market, and of course, product testing. We will be trying out the brand new Doritos 3D that Frankie C is holding up right there at the end of this episode. J Sab's along the way. Frankie C in his spot where he belongs. How are you, my friend?
I'm doing all right. Can't wait to eat these Doritos. Can we just skip to that?
In due time. That
sounds like the best story we got.
All right, let's go. Ghislaine Maxwell. Two things on Ghislaine here. Jeffrey Epstein said at one point, this is all being unraveled on a new documentary called, let me see here, Chasing Ghislaine. This is from...
Seems like an old one. Didn't they have that already?
Well, it's been coming out in parts.
Oh, yeah.
So in the latest part, we got this little bit of audio, and again, credit Vicky Ward, who's done all this great journalistic work. Again, journalism not entirely dead. It's just a little bit more scarce these days, the good journalism.
No.
Yeah, well, it's not dead, but it's not as common as it once was, for sure. But Vicky's one of the greats, and all the work that she did on this case, of course, on Discovery Plus, you can see Chasing Ghislaine, the whole big documentary. I'm going to be honest with you. There's not much there that we've not discussed, and whatever does kind of come out of it, we're discussing like we are right now. But at one point, she had a recording of Jeffrey Epstein, who said that Ghislaine is the best at what I need. And then he said, she is my best friend. She has been for a very long time. I would imagine not good for her going into her upcoming trial.
She came out with that recording?
Nope. This is what Jeffrey Epstein said to Vicky Ward in never before released recordings, because she was talking to him off the record, which of course, as you know, when you say to a journalist that this is off the record, they cannot use that in any of their reporting. However, because he's dead, I think she's just like, there you go.
I don't know how that, if that is that the rule? Once they're dead, you could, off the record is no longer a thing.
I mean, I think so. And I also, I mean, it could be that, or it could be that she's just counting on the fact that his brother is not going to sue her over this. Right. He's got all the money. I don't think he needs to, or does it really, there's no reputation really worth saving anymore.
No, but why is Ghislaine Maxwell being, why is it even a question that she might be a victim?
That's part two. Yeah, that's part two. I wanted to give you a little appetizer of part one. This new recording is now out there of Epstein saying that, and that's it's quite a bit of time. I mean, look, Discovery is not making any this isn't a coincidence that this is coming out leading up into her trial. So
yeah, I'm sure they have to get ready for that now.
Yeah, and I'm certain. I mean, I know they could fight this, but I'm certain if they want to downplay her role, which kind of leads into the second part, which is our lead story here, they'll be able to like break out that tape and be like, well, on the contrary, we have a recording of him saying that you were his best friend, so on and so forth.
Yeah.
So, we'll look for that, of course. So the second part of this, of course, is Ghislaine Maxwell a victim or not? Obviously, I mean, how we feel about it here. The question is will her own defense team, will they be able to call her a victim? The prosecutors are actually trying to get the judge to rule on this now before the trial even starts, on whether or not Ghislaine's own lawyers can
refer to her as a victim
and try and paint her as a victim, because it's called disclosure, you dickhead. They got to put it all out there.
It's got to be all on the table.
And this hasn't been broached just yet, so they're trying to get this figured out before all the evidence has to be.
We were saying this months ago, that her only defense would probably be to say I had no choice and there was nothing I could do.
Good point. Excellent point.
That was the only thing. I mean, other than that, she's and that even that's going to be hard to prove. So, I mean, that's the, I don't believe it. I don't believe that she was they seem like they were best buds. So it doesn't seem like she was a victim.
Right.
From what we understand.
Are you surprised that was it last episode where you were just simply explaining to me what false memories was? Was it false memories?
Yeah, I was just saying it's a thing.
And Frank took it in the chin in the comments afterwards about being a Ghislaine.
You defending Ghislaine? I mean,
which
no.
he is. I mean, I'm happy that it's finally coming to light and people are calling you out for your bullshit.
I am not defending Ghislaine. I am saying that false memory is definitely a thing, but if they bring it up, it's easily defeated because they have all this witness and evidence, all these witnesses and evidence and everything. So if one person has a false memory, it's hard to to pin that down. But you have 100 people saying this happened. It's not a false memory. They're gonna skate right around that. That's not gonna be an issue.
Yeah.
That they're gonna have to work. The prosecution's gonna have to worry about. There's no. I feel like that's they're throwing everything at the wall and seeing what sticks. And false memory is not gonna stick.
It's so funny because I was starting to see all the comments and I forgot what you had said, and then I was like, who is the I'm like, what are these? And then it dawned on me like, oh, you were explaining the thing, and I was like, oh, people think you're defending. It's amazing how much better this podcast is when you listen to more than 45 seconds of it. It really is.
No, I wouldn't on my worst day defend Ghislaine Maxwell in any way, shape, or form. All I'm saying is false memory.
Well, I think Ghislaine Maxwell is a Nazi. Do you agree, or are you gonna defend her on that?
I have no idea. Does she not like certain?
You tell me, big man. I don't know.
I don't know.
Take a stance.
It's the first I'm hearing about it. So.
Wait, tiptoeing out of this one. All right, so here's what's happening. There was a motion filed today. The government is arguing to Judge Alison Nathan that she should forbid the defense from making a baseless argument that Maxwell was a victim. Government's year-long investigation has not developed any evidence that the defendant was victimized in any way by Jeffrey Epstein, according to the filing from today. Prosecutors said that in many meetings with Maxwell's legal team, including before the grand jury heard the case, defense attorneys made a variety of factual assertions in order to dissuade the feds from charging Maxwell. Those arguments did not include allegations that Epstein abused the heiress, according to the government. So during the grand jury phase, they never presented this argument while they were trying to, while they were in the grand jury phase. Right. The government said Maxwell's lawyers declined to answer whether or not they plan to offer such evidence when the trial's opening statements begin on November 29th, 17 days from the time of our current episode right here. Maxwell's attorneys should be required to make an offer of proof before permitting any questioning or argument alleging that Maxwell is a victim of abuse by Epstein or anyone else for that matter. Allowing this line of argument would be highly prejudicial to the government and confusing to the jury, the government stated. It would primarily serve to invite the jury to feel sympathy for the defendant, providing an unlawful basis for jury nullification.
Yeah, I agree. You can't just call someone a victim with no. Everybody's, with nothing. Everybody's a victim of something. I'm a victim of, a guy cut me off in the street. I guess I'm a victim. She's not a victim unless you could prove she was a victim.
I'm a victim of bad podcast co-hosts.
Well, she's not on yet. She'll come on later. Couldn't have been me you were talking about.
Last week, Judge
I don't believe
Nathan,
she's a victim, is all I'm saying.
Are you sure? Because I'm going to go back to the last episode, and I think you were whistling at this one, too.
I hate you so much.
Last week, Nathan denied prosecutors. Somebody wrote me, too. They were like, "And tell me you were joking about the pronunciation of Illinois." I'm like, yeah, that was I mean, inflection matters. Can I? That might be our next shirt. Inflection matters.
Context, people.
It's all in the delivery. Anyway, last week, Nathan denied prosecutors' request to keep this particular motion confidential, calling their proposed redactions overbroad. I think she means overboard. But it says overbroad.
Oh, that's typo.
Yeah. I found that to be interesting that the prosecution, the government, wanted to keep this motion secret. I guess they don't want it kind of getting out in any way, shape, or form, that they don't want her to be.
They don't want to associate her with the word
at all. Yeah, because I guess he floated out there that they might be even considering this.
You can't unring the bell once people hear it.
Right.
So, yeah, no, that makes sense. They're gonna try every strategy, and they got to keep that one. I agree.
Yeah. The pretrial motion on admissible evidence is one of many that Judge Nathan has to rule on what arguments, exhibits, and testimony to exclude from the trial. Maxwell is requesting the court bar statements made by alleged co-conspirators and exhibits including framed photographs, a box containing a sex toy described as twin torpedoes, and a document titled Household Manual. Miss Maxwell did not create the document, and no evidence exists suggesting that she did. Her lawyers noted in the household instructions, they added that the document reflects a lifestyle that many jurors may find offensive. They're trying to get them to toss that evidence.
Wait, the defense is trying to get that tossed?
Yeah.
Well, everything about this case is going to be offensive.
It's true.
I mean, if I'm the judge, I'll be like, listen, it's all in. We're including it. If you think it's offensive, wait until we get to see some of this testimony. Come on.
Yeah.
You think a sex toy is going to be offensive to? No, come on. We're all adults here.
Yeah. Imagine being on this jury. That's a tough one. You're going to hear a lot of really bad things. It's not
going to be a good time.
No, not going to be fun whatsoever.
No.
Yeah.
It's terrible.
I'll tell you what's not terrible, my man. That's JUMPSTART Coffee Company. Loving the JUMPSTART. Loving it.
It's good stuff, baby.
Getting closer to, I've been keeping my espresso blend. Getting closer to opening it up.
You haven't tried it yet?
Here's my thing, and I do this with Christmas gifts too. It's so much fun to get it. And then I like to keep it before I actually open it and start using it. Like shirts, whatever. Okay. Whatever it is. Even when I was a kid, I used to do that too. Like I used to get a toy and I wouldn't open it for like another 4 or 5 days.
Savor the
look forward to it.
Yeah, look forward. When I was a kid, Christmas morning, my brother used to be all crazy and get up early, 6 a.m., 7 a.m. And he used to try to wake me up. And I'd be like, no. I'm laying in bed. I'm not moving. I used to wait there and it would annoy the shit out of him. But I didn't want to get up because I wanted to keep that anticipation going. And wait because I know it's in the living room. I know.
Yeah.
So it's gonna be
Remember
good.
going to bed and the anticipation was so great you couldn't even fall asleep. It was hard to fall asleep the night before Christmas.
Yeah.
That's how I feel every time I brew a cup of JUMPSTART Coffee Company, my man. That's how I feel. That's also how I feel when legitimately, this is how I feel when people write us and say how much they enjoy the JUMPSTART Coffee Company.
That's good stuff, baby.
That's the best feeling. Great coffee, great cause. 50% of the company's profits goes over to the Navy SEAL Foundation. So not only are you getting a great product, but you're supporting our Navy SEALs, which is just extraordinary and tremendous.
Win-win.
It's been such a pleasure to work with JUMPSTART Coffee Company. They just sent Frank a whole batch of new coffees.
They sent me two new awesome bags.
Look at him. He's got coffees coming out of his face, this guy.
I mentioned, I think, a couple of episodes ago that I'm crazy about the dark blend. 2 new bags of dark blend.
2 new dark blends. I love it.
Beautiful.
You will love it too. And you can save 15% off right now and use the promo code AOA15 when you order with the link in the description of this episode. Whether you're listening or you're watching on YouTube or Facebook, by the way, hit the thumbs up, of course.
Yes,
and
please.
make sure you're subscribed.
It helps.
Or you can click on the banner of the homepage of AnthonyOnAir.com. fresh aroma, lovely, great tasting. Honest to goodness, the best cup of coffee I have ever had. Starbucks, Gregory's, you name it. You name it. We got a lot of great ones here in New York.
Sure. However,
Way better. Way better.
not only that, great cause goes along with it. I mean,
Yeah.
that's
I'm not
again,
saying this
win-win.
to take them down a notch, but if you think Dunkin' Donuts is good, you are not going to have socks on once you have Jumpstart Coffee Company.
Are you saying it'll knock your socks off?
I am indeed, my friend.
All right,
I
very
am indeed. Final step. I can't believe this is still going on, but
No, it's over, baby.
the Britney Spears conservatorship is over.
Dunsky, she is free, and she's looking to make new music. Do you hear that?
Is that the truth?
Yeah, she's checking out studios and looking to get back in there. And then, hey, new album, that'd be great.
Wait, did she check it out studios or Sturdy Hose? I couldn't really hear you.
Sturdy Hose.
I like a good Sturdy Hose.
I mean, I guess if you want, you check out whatever gets you going. I just put my leg down and I hit my dog, and I'm making sure he's okay. You okay?
Let's try not to abuse animals on the podcast.
Thank you. I didn't know he was right under me. I
I'd
put
love
my
to
foot
avoid
down
that
and
if we could.
I landed on him a little bit. He's okay.
You're already in trouble with people, and now we're gonna get PETA involved. It's not gonna be a good thing.
Look at this pooch. Come on.
All right, here's the. Look at Dexter. Hello, Dexter. Look at that guy. He just said try Jumpstart Coffee Company and dog.
He did say that.
Lovely. All right, here's the Britney guy.
What's next for Britney, and this is the time that this could be said for about a decade, is up to one person, Britney. I will say that Britney has been put into a position through our collaboration and the work of my law firm to succeed. We have a safety net in place for Britney, both on the personal side and on the financial side, as those of you who are in court understand. But Britney, as of today, is a free woman, and she's an independent woman, and the rest, with her support system, will be up to Britney.
Yeah. Okay. So that audio, courtesy of AP Variety. I mean, everybody's got that one.
Love it.
Go ahead.
I love it. Good for her.
I was just gonna say the guy, this guy, her lawyer, really he screwed it up on the last day. When he said it's up to one person, he should have said, and that it's Britney, bitch. Like that
would have been. You see,
would have had the whole crowd. This is why. See what I'm saying? People
crowd
need
went
us.
nuts.
People need us, Frank. We should be there before any sort of press conference to prep these.
It would have been perfect.
Would have been amazing.
Everybody would have flipped out on that one, and that would have made headlines.
Yeah.
Everywhere. See, where's the publicity, people?
Britney's freedom up to one person, and it's Britney, bitch. That's
Damn
what
right.
I'm talking about.
That would have been perfect.
They would have carried that guy out of that press conference on their shoulders.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
Agreed.
What a colossal.
What a missed opportunity that was.
Jesus. Breaks my heart.
Oh, well.
Steve Bannon is or has been indicted. Frank, you were very excited about this.
Listen, I just don't know why you're such a huge fan of Steve Bannon's. And I showed you this as another layer to add to the shit pile that was the previous 4 years. Here's another one.
I said what I said about Bannon. I stand by it at the time.
Smart guy, Yeah,
hey, lots of intelligent guys have done really shitty things. So,
Yeah, but you were like you were like admiring the guy a little bit. You admired a little bit.
I wouldn't say admiring.
He's your hero. You have posters of him. You were thinking of changing your name to Steve at one point.
I was thinking about naming my son after him. That was a joke.
Yeah. This is we're joking, people.
For the intellectually incapable, impaired.
No, you did. I guess you thought how smart he was. Whatever, he said some smart thing. I don't know what he said.
My only point was, and I stand by this because it doesn't change how much of a piece of shit he has turned out to be. is that there was a lot of media bias towards him unfairly, and it's been well documented. And I don't want to harbor it back up again. I yield to the floor. I acknowledge that the guy is overall not a great person, but in the beginning, he was one of these people that was just like slammed for every little thing that just turned out to not really be true for the most part. But anyway, federal grand jury has returned an indictment against the former Donald Trump advisor. Justice Department announced this today. Attorney General Merrick Garland has been under tremendous political pressure to indict Bannon since the House referred the Trump ally to the Justice Department for contempt on October 21st. Wow, that was October 21st. That was almost a month ago. That's crazy.
Yeah. Hey, you can't just skip out on a subpoena. You just, not gonna go. Congress wants me to appear somewhere. Yeah, I'm just gonna skip that today.
Yeah,
you can't do that. I mean,
Yeah, Merrick Garland said in a statement, "Since my first day in office, I have promised Justice Department employees that together we would show the American people by word and deed that the department adheres to the rule of the law, follows the facts and the law, and persuades equal justice under the law. Today's charges reflect the department's steadfast commitment to these principles." Bannon was charged with one count related to his refusal to appear for a deposition and another related to his refusal to produce documents. Each count carries a minimum of 30 days and a maximum of 1 year in jail, the Justice Department said. So he can get up to 2 years in jail for this.
Or as little as 2 months.
Or as little as 2 months. I would imagine, though, with the current political climate, they're going to shoot for 2 years, is what I'm going to gather.
Yeah, who knows? But to be fair and honest, I feel like what we've seen come out of the last, people have been getting away with shit. It's like, I have very little faith that that justice will be served in this instance. You know what I mean?
Bannon did not immediately respond to a request for comment to media outlets. He is expected to self-surrender on Monday and appear in court Monday afternoon, according to a source familiar with the matter. See, I find this interesting. And again, don't criticize me now.
Uh-oh.
But this guy, because of his cunning attitude and intelligence, he's going to turn himself into a fucking martyr, and he's going to rally the radical Republican conservative people around him, and he's going to turn this into a fundraising thing, and he's going to make everybody act like, look, they're out to get Trump and me and support us and blah, 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 and that's what he's going to do.
That's great. You could do that while sitting in jail. That's fine.
That's what he's going to do.
Go for it. What the hell do we care?
Yeah.
I mean, you could. It's like, what was that? There was a movie or something. I forget what it was. You can't throw me out. You know where he's saying it from? Out in the parking lot. I forget what movie that was, or a TV show. I can't remember. But
the White House today declined to comment on the indictment.
Yeah, nothing to do with them. It's the Justice Department. It's the whole different wing of the government, different branch, and it's this is what happens when you ignore a subpoena.
Also, didn't Bannon come out and say that he was part of the planning of it? Like, wasn't he the one who said to everybody?
Planning of what?
Like, he was the one who said, like, oh, we planned January 6th. Like, I don't know.
Oh, yeah. He said something like that. I don't know the words verbatim.
Yeah, I don't know if anybody exposed him. I think he was the one who was, like,
well, he was saying stuff, I think, like, oh, January 6th, we knew it was going to be crazy or something like that. I can't remember exactly what he said. But it was something along those lines. He said it on some podcast. Maybe it was his own podcast or whatever it was. But yeah, it wasn't good what he said. There's your genius at work right there.
Well, you can't.
There's your hero.
You can't say anything. Say this is why you can't.
You can't. I'll pounce on you.
You're like holding on to it.
Sumo wrestler.
Yeah, you're holding on to it in a big way. Look at the great Jay Saps is here.
There she is.
Hello.
Are you checking yourself in the camera?
I am.
Okay.
I am.
Is that a Gryffindor shirt?
It is. This got moved around a little bit. I'm not sure why, but okay, that's fine, I guess.
I figured you're more for Slytherin instead of Gryffindor. Just saying.
Holy shit! What
'Cause
is
of
this,
the
nerd
name?
hour?
Because of the name,
Because of the name, because of the,
premise.
yeah, the Gryffindors are too well behaved. Let's
Yeah.
say. That's all I'm gonna say. You with your. I feel like only Slytherins do OnlyFans. So
That's true. You're probably right about that.
I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. I'm sure there's a Gryffindor on there too.
Also,
Yeah, sure.
you two nerds are wearing maroon colored shirts. What's happening here? Is this
Not
a
only
nerd
that.
revolution?
Star Wars, baby.
Oh my goodness.
Dun, dun, dun,
Where's your
dun,
nerd shirt?
dun. He's like, oh God, let me out of here.
People
Yeah.
are allowed to like things. All right.
No,
God.
we only have to like fucking Dave Matthews
Yeah. And the Islanders.
and horrible indie bands
Yeah. That nobody's ever heard of ever.
that play at local breweries.
I was at this place today, and this like hardcore indie song came on that nobody would know, and I was like, I haven't heard this in a while. This is good. And the person next to me was like, "What is this shit?"
Was it me?
No.
That person is my spirit animal.
I was like, "Oh, I haven't heard it." And I started literally going like this. The person next to me was like, "What is this shit?"
Oh God, you're like, ugh.
You have the bad taste in music, is what
Yeah.
we're saying.
All right. At least I know what not to call black people. Unlike our next topic.
Oh,
Yeah.
what did he say
Oh, boy.
now?
I think this is pretty funny because this was really kind of trending yesterday. This really kind of popped yesterday, but Biden was talking and the conservatives were going crazy over what he said about Satchel Paige. Take a listen.
I've adopted the attitude of the great Negro at the time pitcher in the Negro Leagues, went on to become a great pitcher in pros into the Major League Baseball after Jackie Robinson. His name was Satchel Paige.
Yeah, that's. I mean,
Oh
it
my
was a
God.
blunder. I don't think he meant to call him that. I think he meant to refer to the league by that name because that's what the league was called.
Well, in
But
his
he said
defense,
it
he said
'cause
he was at the time. He just said that he was a Negro at the time, is what he said.
Right.
I think he meant
He
to
changed
say-
later on.
I think he started the sentence and then started it over because he meant to say in the Negro
Yeah.
League.
He's like, what's
A
his
pitcher
name?
in the Negro League. Is what he meant to say.
Ozzy Osbourne. A little bit. I see a touch of Ozzy in him.
You know what's weird? I can only understand
get it?
Ozzy Osbourne when he sings. He
Yeah.
sings like
really?
perfectly
Wow.
clear, and when he talks, it's a mess.
Yeah.
Oh, that was the best.
So maybe
shit
we get
ever.
Biden to sing.
Maybe.
But you're right though, because he had that same little like that little stutter before every
Sharon.
yeah.
But yeah, I think that was part of it. I think the stutter and the speech impediment kind of comes into play here. I don't think he
I
meant to
haven't
call
seen him in a
that.
long time. Is he alive still?
Who?
Ozzy.
Oh, Ozzy. Yeah, he's around.
Yeah, I think last he was doing a show with his son, right? Wasn't he doing like a
I haven't seen
cooking
his son in a long time.
show or something? Thank you.
I've seen Kelly, but
Let's see. Ozzy Osbourne is only 72. He's not that old. He's not
really?
up there.
All the drugs, man.
Yeah, no, he's not in the best of shape. But,
No, he's not.
72 is 924 though in rock star years.
That's true.
That's a big deal. I'll tell you what I find interesting about this too is the blowback, and my apologies in advance for offending anyone, on the word Negro. People do not like that word any longer
No, they
that's not
don't.
good.
and view that as the other N word,
Mm-hmm.
which is news to me.
Yep.
Well, you can't call someone that. You could refer to. I think the baseball league back in the day. That's the name of it.
Well, that's what
was
this brought up
called.
because it's not like I've called anybody that,
No.
So, but that the league was called that. So when you refer to the league, like, what do we do here? Do you change the name
Oh.
of the old league? I don't know.
Oh, that's a good question.
And if I had to guess, I'm pretty sure that like Satchel Paige and Josh Gibson and all Jackie Robinson, who dominated that league for like either it was a year or 5 years, I can't remember, before he got put in Montreal, before he got put into Brooklyn. They're all in the Baseball Hall of Fame, and I think there's like a wing dedicated to that league. So
That could be.
Yeah, I don't know.
I mean, I don't know. I mean, we just it hasn't been mentioned in a speech in a long time.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Nobody is. I found it again. It's one of those things, and my apologies if my use of it twice in this episode
here.
offended anybody. But
I think I said it once.
It's the news story.
I'll say 3 times to be the bad person. Now.
It's okay. No, but my point is that I saw such a blowback, and then at the same time, I saw people like, of all colors on Twitter saying like, "Get over yourself." It's it's okay to reference this as a thing of the past.
Yeah, I mean, I'm all for not saying it. I just don't know if that's the rule.
Well, I just think even if you take out the racial implications of it, words and phrases just have a way of sliding out of the nomenclature, and that feels like one that,
wow, look at that big word.
whether intentionally or not, has just kind of slid out of the nomenclature because there's.
That's what she said.
Twice. See how you want to use it 2 times there.
Yeah,
so
no,
he
did
remind
on
everybody that he used it the first time.
Right? Yeah. But I find again, this is like the first time when little people were like, "Don't use the I'll say M word," and I'm like,
midget.
Oh, okay. I was like, okay. I go, okay. I didn't like. I'm always. I don't know why it's fascinating to me to hear that.
If I was a midget, I would definitely be more offended at little person because you're like describing. You're literally describing what they are.
Yeah.
And midget is just like
I've contended the same thing about black. To be like, oh, that's a black person. It's like, well, no, that's an African American, or that's a Jamaican American, or like those are 2 distinctly, different things. I feel like the term black is a little like, even white. I've said this too about. I'm like, it's kind of all very like. I don't know. I don't really.
I'm going to stick to Earthlings, so I don't. I'm just going to call everybody an Earthling.
How do you know everyone's an Earthling, Frank? You don't. That's the whole thing.
According to Demi Lovato,
there are many, many aliens among us. I think,
but
that's a whole nother story.
It's
these
days. Earthlings. We're all Earthlings.
But
human beings. We're all human beings.
Our own little Biden. Boy, that talking is becoming more and more difficult on a daily basis, though, isn't it?
No, we could do without that word too. I think I'm fine with deleting that one.
Somebody said to me, no. So then there were the people that this is why I shouldn't read Twitter. There were the people that were saying that, of course, what he said was not offensive, and he didn't really mean it. But they also raised this point, which I want to put out there. If this was Trumpy Trumpkins saying it, if this was Trumpkin Latte out there putting this out there, people would have probably lost their
minds. Frank.
Listen, we say that every friggin' presidency. Oh, if this was the last person, everybody would lose their mind. Then we get to the next part. If this was the last guy, we would lose our mind. So we're going to keep saying it, and we're going to keep saying that phrase. Oh, imagine if this guy did it. Oh, my God. Because we're always comparing, and it's I don't forget my point. Move on.
Yeah, I forgot it too.
I forget my point.
I just derailed.
So I think
you
the
went
thing
off
here
the rails on a crazy train.
Is if you're talking about the old baseball league, if you're referencing the league, it's okay.
Yeah.
And
you know what? I said it once on the show. I won't say it again. That's it. If that's the rule.
Can I say
get rid
this?
of that word?
Can I say this?
I think before you say this, I think that's kind of the point. Without these open conversations, you wouldn't really know what's like bothering people.
But then at the same time, that's the name of the league. That's all.
At the same time, it's like the consensus takes time to build. It's like, again, like I said, there was so many people I saw on there of all kinds of colors that were like, this isn't offensive. Like, move on. Right. Like, stop trying to, like, there is no, and that, I found this argument interesting. Somebody said this is the other N word. And then the argument against that person from black people was your, what's the word? you're taking away the significance of the, you know,
The real. N-word.
yeah, like that should not be said. And if you're saying this now, you're kind of, you know, I don't know, watering it down. I don't know what I'm trying. You know what I'm trying to say.
I know. Yeah.
Go ahead, Janine. You were gonna address us.
I was gonna say my black friend does not like when people are talking and then they're talking about black people and they go black people. She does not like that. She's she's like
The whisper move.
she's like why like I don't get it. She's like she's like should when I say white people should I go white people like I'm like, oh yeah, you're right. You're right. But you know what? You never. Again, we're in a world where everything offends everyone, and you don't know what's going to offend. Like I said, I would, if I was a midget, I would not be happy with the phrase "little people." I rather someone say midget because, hear me out. If you're talking in a different language to someone, right, and you say little person, you have to say little person. You have to go from like say English to Spanish. You have to literally say little person.
Why?
But in English you just say midget. And there probably isn't a word in another language or in Spanish for midget. At least I don't think that there is.
Is this right? Because I'm pretty sure
Where's
you can
going
say
on?
both little and person in Spanish and just slap them
No,
together.
you can't. I'm saying yes, but I'm saying it's like, what's my point? It's
Liberals are bad. I think that's the point you're trying to make.
exactly, but little person to me, I would much like I said, I would be more offended at that than midget because you're literally describing.
There is a word in Spanish for that.
Midget?
Yeah.
What is it?
Yeah, I'll show you.
Say
I
it.
can say it.
Can't
I
say
can't.
it.
No, it's too bright.
Why don't you just say it?
Because I don't speak Spanish and I'm going to mispronounce it.
I can't see it. Now I'm fluent in Spanish and I never had to use that word, so
Enyana?
now I'm going to.
Yeah, those are
I
the
can't see.
feminine.
You're very
and-
passionate about this, Janine. I can't get on board with that.
Feminine.
Doesn't
and
Maybe because I'm scared of midgets.
It doesn't bother.
God. This is
It's true, but go ahead.
why.
I think your point is that sometimes the political correct way of doing things can be condescending, if I can surmise for you.
Yes. Yeah. Right.
Which I do. I do think that, and I'm sure people of whatever we're talking about, whatever ilk we're talking about, probably feel the same way too, to a degree.
Right.
Like I said, I don't really love being called a white person. I never really felt like a white person. I don't think.
Yeah, same here. Because I know what you're thinking when you're thinking of a white person. I know what you're thinking.
I'm thinking of somebody. Look. Here's the thing.
Midwest.
Here's my point. Yeah, somebody from Illinois.
Yeah, exactly.
Or Idaho. Me. Somebody from England and somebody from Australia. We're all white people. Like there's nothing that's keeping us together, really. Out of those four people I just named, there's no, other than the skin tone there's no real, binding factor there. It just doesn't make any sense to me. And like I said, too, like if you go down to Jamaica, the skin tone is the same as those that are in Africa. I don't really think that I can't imagine they're being all that comfortable with just being lumped all in together.
Probably not.
No.
That never really made a lot of sense to me. But anyway, let's talk about.
Whoa, that was totally off the trails.
Well, how much more are we we're not going to solve the world's racial issues tonight on this episode. So
we aren't?
Let's move on to the next thing. Where do you want to go? I'm saving the Cuomo DEROSA thing because it's juicy.
Are you saving it? Why? Let's knock it out.
Now, let's talk about this first. Fucking talk
horrible.
about shit ass luck.
Yeah, this is not good.
The fucking astronaut, Glenn DeVry? I got my degree from DeVry University. I think I would know.
Go ahead, make fun of the guy.
Glenn, I wasn't making fun of him. I'm just saying his
know.
name sounds like a shitty mail-in college
No,
place.
that's not making fun of him.
Anyway, one of the guys who went up in the Blue Origin thing the ship and into outer space
with Will
with
Shatner.
Shatner, died less than a month later, killed in a small plane crash Thursday.
Oh, that's some Final Destination shit. Go ahead.
That is some unlucky. Could you imagine?
Sucks. You make it to space. You go to outer space with Captain Kirk. You fly. He was the pilot too, I think. The guy like in control of the ship for the most.
Wait, he really flew it?
As far as I understand, he was like one of the. He was like the crew that like was in charge of the direction and whatever. He was up there. Imagine making it up into space with Captain Kirk. A month later, that's it, and from a plane crash.
Those little prop planes, I don't know why people are still flying those things. They're not. Those things fucking go down all the time.
You're talking about like little crop duster planes, like little 2 people. Things?
Yeah. Well, I mean, this says a small plane. I'm assuming that's what they mean.
Maybe it could have been.
Could be a
small,
10 passenger.
Yeah, it could have been a puddle jumper.
Yeah.
But I feel like you don't really hear about private jets. The jets, you don't hear going down so much. No. It's the prop planes that tend to fucking go down. And I'll tell you something else too. This is spoken from a truly naive person, but you figure like a plane is like a plane. And then a few times over, as you grow up and get older, especially, I don't know why, but for whatever reason, I've been around these planes a little bit more in the last 5-6 years. You get up to these planes and you're kind of like, I don't know if I would go. Like, they're very flimsy. Like, they're very, like they bend. You could push them. They're like
they're held together.
What are you talking about?
Like these little planes? Like 4-seater planes.
How many have you been on in your life?
I've not been on, but I've been in or near and around.
Oh, okay.
And I'm kind of like, I don't know if I would go up in the air in this fucking thing.
No, that's not for me. Those little freaking stunt planes and shit.
Well,
you ever see the planes that drag the banners behind them? You ever like watch those things? They will literally go sideways because they're being blown by the wind. Yeah. That's how light those things are.
So the place I used to go in the Bahamas, used to have to fly to Nassau and then take it was a puddle jumper.
Yeah.
Right.
10 people max. And and I don't know, for me, like, I rather that one only because it only goes up 1,500. It really only goes up 1,500 feet in the air. It doesn't go up high at all.
But 1,500 feet, that's high enough to do some damage.
I guess so.
That's once you go past a certain height, it's all the same. You're at 1,000 feet or you're at 30,000 feet.
You're only on that plane for literally 15 minutes. So that's why for me it was okay.
Yeah. But I would trust a 10-seat. That was a sizable plane. I'm talking about these ones that like but there's ones that sit only 2 people, and there's ones that sit 4 people.
That's kind of. I wonder if I could do that. I don't know.
Those go down quite often.
That's what she said.
What's
like your mom? Go ahead.
Damn. Jeez. That was a 1-2 punch.
There was a guy when I was on EHM. There was a guy. Oh, forgive me his name. A very good guy. I would know his name any other time unless I was about to bring him up.
Of course. Sure.
But he had me come out, and I hosted like the East Hampton Airport day, whatever it was. And he was like, why don't you come out? And this guy flew planes like you and I drive cars. Like, oh, let's go to the store or let's go here. Like, he would get in his plane and fly somewhere and go have lunch and then like get in his plane and like fly back, literally like it was a car. And he was like, why don't you come up with me? And I was like, oh yeah, being polite. But in my mind, I was like, I'm never.
Your asshole started sweating. You're like, I'm not getting nothing. There's no way I'm getting nothing.
What about like a jet? Like, people go up in like these military planes and jets. You probably trust that more than like a propeller plane.
Yeah, there's something to me, and aviation people are gonna go crazy. But there's something about a jet engine that makes it safer. You get that simple prop. Think about it. Think about how many times. How can you recollect the amount of times a private jet has gone down versus how many times a small prop planes crash on neighborhood streets? Like, there's always those stories of like a small prop plane went down, and It's, and it's like, I don't know, those things I feel like are dropping out of the sky a lot more frequently than people really realize.
Yeah, but then you look at the really big planes, uh, passenger planes, regular, flights. They
But
go
rarely,
down. And
rarely.
Yeah, but rare. It's a 1 in an 11 million chance that you'll have an accident on a plane.
I wonder
Yeah.
what the chances are for small planes. Is it because there's just more of them, or few? I don't know.
I
Fewer
feel
of
like
them?
it's 1 out of 50. Honestly,
Sure.
I just feel like it's way worse.
Oh my god, you have like no faith in them.
I feel like if
Holy
anybody
shit.
Googles small plane crash, they're going to come up with like 100 stories on there.
I
From
mean, I
today.
wonder what the cause would be. Like, what the most common cause of those small planes crashing is. Like, is it the wind? Knocks them around. Is it something breaks? What happens? Why?
I
Is
don't
it
know. They
such a-
never seem to know.
I mean, I guess yeah, you're not going to know unless you examine everything, and
yeah.
who knows?
I also think the sheer volume too, because if I had a bet, you probably have like, even though they may not go up often, you probably have like 100 of those small planes for every airline plane. Like, just go to any like, okay, not in like
Maybe.
JFK or LaGuardia, but any other airport outside of a major international or national airport.
Yeah, they got a field full of them. It's
There's
like
a
looking
field-
at a marine. You see all these boats,
Right.
tied up to the docks. You're going to see all these planes sitting there.
Yeah, so sheer, like, I know out here, like, there's East Hampton, there's West Hampton, there's Islip, there's
Farmingdale.
I have a Farmingdale. Thank you. I have a grass field airport, a town or two over. It's a fucking grass field airport. That's how much these people fly around these little fucking planes.
I don't think
Yeah,
you
they
hear
do.
it, but I hear, as we're talking, I hear a propeller plane flying
Yeah.
over my house.
Be
No,
careful.
really?
It's about to crash into your
Yeah.
house. Just be worthy of it. Jon Gruden is now suing the NFL. You got to love this move.
Who?
Yes. He
What?
resigned last month, remember, because he had a whole bunch of wait, let me hit all these points. Racist, misogynistic, and anti-gay emails
Ooh.
that
Ooh.
surfaced. Now he's suing the NFL and Commissioner Roger Goodell. And this is what he said here. This is what the lawsuit said. Through a malicious and orchestrated campaign, the NFL and Commissioner Roger Goodell sought to destroy the career and reputation of Jon Gruden, the former head coach of the Las Vegas Raiders.
You kind of did that to yourself, buddy.
The defendant's treatment of Gruden was a Soviet-style character assassination.
Okay.
There was no warning and no process. Defendants held the emails for months until they were leaked to the national media in the middle of the Raiders season in order to cause maximum damage to Gruden.
Why would they do that to their own team in the middle of the season? It was leaked. It was they were probably holding it until the end of the season, and then it leaked.
I don't
would
think
be
you
my
should.
guess.
I'll tell you right now, you can't hold on to that shit. You got that.
No, you gotta
know.
fucking blast
You gotta-
it out.
You got to act on it, man. That's messed up.
Because somebody finds it first and figures out that you were holding it. Now you
Now
are
you're
also
screwed too.
a racist and anti-gay, misogynistic piece
It's like,
of
yeah,
shit.
no, we'll deal with it just after the season. Let's.
Right,
It's like, no,
How
no,
many
no.
more games left? Okay.
Yeah, no, you jump on that.
right.
You put an end to that shit right away.
Yeah.
So
now
what could it be his argument?
that it was malicious that they were
Yeah.
trying to go after him. What's crazy is, and again, we talked about this at the time, this was all as a result of an investigation to get the Washington football team. They were investigating the Washington football team, and from that, like, a ton of other people have fallen to the wayside here.
Man, you imagine they just investigated everything? How many people would be just coming out of the
Oh, I'm
woodworks?
sure.
Just investigate every club, every team.
It's a
I
ballsy
know.
move, though, because like all this stuff is going to come out and be read in court if you really go through with this lawsuit.
Yeah, I can't imagine what his defense is. Like, oh, they found these emails on purpose. Yeah, you wrote them. What are you talking about?
Shit. So, I mean, he could say someone hacked his email. But how do you
Hacked?
prove that?
Well, who did he send these emails to? Maybe that It doesn't have to be hacked. It could just be whoever he sent them to.
I sent it to his brother, I think, and
Oh shit.
From a
in
company
Washington.
email. If it's a company email,
You know, I'll never get that. I'll never get why you would use company email to
Anything
email
personal.
anything personal.
well, that's
Why?
not your. They have every. I mean, as far as I understand, it's their servers. It's their domain. They
It's
can
their
look at
property.
everything. It's their
Yeah.
property. They
And
can look at whatever emails.
everybody kind of know. Like I get making that mistake in 2002, but it's like
Now you should know.
he said all this stuff like 3 years ago. Like everybody should know that shit by now.
What are you doing, buddy?
Aside from don't say that shit in the first place. Like I
Right.
mean, what the fuck?
Yeah, don't be a racist, bigoted
You know what?
asshole, and you'd be fine.
I think a lot of people use it, like if they're cheating on their spouse, they'll use their work email to do it that way too. Because I've seen that.
I was just
More
gonna
than
say
once.
this sounds like firsthand experience.
Yep, I've seen that more than once.
Why
And I'm
wouldn't you
like,
just make up another email?
because if your significant other is looking at your phone, they're going to be looking at your Gmail or your Yahoo, or whoever has Yahoo anymore. I don't know. They're not going to look at your work email.
I still have an AOL email.
Get the goodbye.
That's
That's sort of-
insane.
I got to tell you something. Can I say something honestly? The
No.
older I get, the more I get.
Don't want
I
to change.
don't that yes, but I don't understand cheating. It sounds so
It's-
fucking exhausting.
What?
Just put aside the moral stuff.
Oh,
Yeah.
I was like,
It's
wait a
got to
minute.
be a nonstop
Yeah.
worry.
Who doesn't want to
And-
bang somebody new and hot? Everybody does, but it's
Does
exhausting.
your wife watch this this podcast?
No, not this part.
Okay. I can't
What?
imagine.
New and hot.
I can't
Who
imagine
doesn't want some strange?
keeping
Well,
track.
who
of
doesn't
that.
want some strange? I mean, be honest. I mean, my wife
I
probably
hate-
wants some. I can't.
Hate that term.
Strange?
I hate it.
Some new side piece?
That's okay.
Okay.
The other one, no, I don't like that word.
Yeah.
Don't know why. It's just like weird.
Strange?
Yeah, it's so disgusting sounding.
Does kind of sound skeevy.
Anyway, Frank, you were making a point.
I'm just saying, it sounds like a headache to even begin a secret relationship. Is like,
Yeah.
I can't.
Yeah,
why
it
would
sounds like so tough and horrible.
How could you? How could
Just
you?
kidding.
How could you like think straight, keeping that in order and making sure nobody finds out? I'd be driving myself nuts.
Yeah.
There's no way to keep.
I,
I'd be
I,
found out in a second.
I agree. I agree. And I know this because I can't, like, I'm failing at my own relationship. Like, my
Right, so
marriage
you can't keep up with two.
I can't keep up with this.
That's
Like, it's just
insane.
too much. Having to talk to somebody else and do that whole thing. I just,
If you're a cheater, don't get married. That's
Yeah.
That's
Well,
you wanna-
unfortunately,
You want to
this
have multiple
happens.
partners. Have multiple partners. Just don't get into a relationship.
Move to Utah.
that's true. Is it me or am I the only one that feels that you can derail a extramarital affair with a slice of cheesecake? Like
What?
if it came down like, oh, am I gonna go cheat on my wife or have a piece of cheesecake? I would choose the piece of cheesecake
I would choose the cheesecake.
every
Yeah, me
single
too.
time.
Right.
It's delightful. You're cheating on your husband right now. I fucking
Oh my
know it.
God,
I
you
just
know it.
know it.
You
Almost
know
got
it.
there.
No, I'm still fucking mad at him about the shoes, but that's okay.
That was like 10 years ago, right?
It was definitely 10 episodes ago when we even talked
Exactly.
about it.
No, yeah.
It's not worth it. It's not worth the headache, the hassle, the insane. When it all comes out, it's just going to be a huge mess, and you're
Yeah.
gonna hurt everybody. Everybody gets hurt. Nobody's happy. It's not worth any of the
Do you think
whatever.
do you
Excellent dating advice from our Dr.
I know.
Dr. Frank over here.
By the way, let me ask you a question. How good does my hair look on this episode? I mean,
Shiny.
it's pretty good.
Wow.
I
You
should
put
it on.
product in that, right?
I got a lot of product.
Mm.
I'm keeping one company pretty happy. Look at
You are
that.
moosed up. Look at that shine, baby.
I mean, it's gorgeous,
You are ready for
Wow.
a night on the town.
right? It's a shame. Women probably would love this hair. attached to another person.
He's definitely going to cheat on his wife with his left hand tonight.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Boom.
No, I'm serious though. Like, I wonder. Like, I would love to know how much cheating went down during the pandemic. And
Oh my
after.
God, this is like where we went from this guy's emails to this.
Well, because he
Well,
was
you brought
probably
up cheating.
cheating on his wife too.
Okay.
Yeah, who
You
brought up cheating?
You did. Janine did because of the work emails or something.
Oh yeah.
Right, that was it.
Well, it's because a friend of mine, his wife found emails because she looked through his work email, and that's where he was talking with her friend on there.
Wait, her friend?
Yikes.
That's ballsy.
How were they today?
The only move bigger
Oh,
than
they're
that
divorced.
is her sister. That's the only way you go bigger than that.
Oh,
Which I feel like
I wonder
I've
if he
seen on
would've.
Maury.
he probably would have.
I
Yeah.
feel like any relative
But the thing is,
is bad.
I had seen some emails because I had seen the emails.
She showed you some of them?
No, he did.
Wow.
And
This guy sounds nice.
I would say you should probably delete these.
Mm.
Those are your work emails, right? You should probably delete them anyway.
He
Not
showed
that-
you these before everything came out?
Yeah, well, kinda. I saw them
See, I'll say I want
because
this,
I worked with him. So
I want
saw
everybody to know this right now. Don't fucking drag me into your bullshit.
Yeah.
Like, if any
well-
of our friends are cheating on their wives or
I don't want to
husbands,
keep
I
your secret.
don't want to fucking know.
Well, no, I worked with this person, so it was more like that kind of relationship
Even
than
that,
friends.
even that, I
Oh
would.
well,
Here's
I
my-
would
yeah.
be upset.
Here's my disclaimer to all of our friends. If anybody's cheating on anybody and I find out, it's coming out. It's over.
damn.
Don't tell me
Frank looking
because
straight
I'm bringing
at me.
it up. I'll bring it up at the next whatever.
Yeah,
I'll
you
put it
were
on the
really looking at
text.
Janine pretty hard there.
No,
Just
I
then.
wasn't. I'm looking in the freaking screen here. I'm telling you, anybody. Because I'm friends with both the man and the woman in each of our friend relationships.
Yeah, but
You're
be honest,
blowing it
you like my husband more than you like me.
Oh, you guys, my freaking microphone just fell.
You definitely love him more.
Oh,
Okay.
I love you, but you guys are both my friends.
No, it's
Okay,
If-
fix your microphone there before we go ahead.
my problem is. So the problem was, I was in charge of his emails, so I saw that,
Mm.
and I had said you should probably not use your work email for personal stuff. And unfortunately, he didn't delete it on one of his devices.
That yep,
Dumb.
that
And
happens.
didn't sync it. So
Yep.
when he went on a business trip, his wife saw them.
That's a bad move.
And yeah. But if he would have just used his personal email, that's a whole nother story.
What were you gonna say, Frank?
I'm just gonna say I'm friends with both the men and women in our group. So if anybody's cheating on anybody, I'm cat out of the bag.
I appreciate your honesty. I really do.
Thank you.
I don't think you understand how hard that still will be to do.
Oh, it'll be terrible. But I think the other person deserves to know who's a scumbag in the relationship. If you cheat on your wife,
See the
going
thing
right to
is, with that,
I'll go to you first and be like, listen, I
I
know, and I gotta tell her. I'll give you the chance first.
You got to do that. That's the
way
move.
to do it. I'm not just gonna be a dick. I'm gonna go up to the person cheating and be like, you gotta tell her. You gotta come clean.
Yeah.
I'm giving you this amount of time. Make it happen, or it's over. It's over either way. Oh, no, not you.
It's an intervention. Janine.
No.
what am I doing?
No. This is to anybody, any of my friends.
Here's the thing though with that. Like, I always thought like if one of my friends was cheating, I would tell the other person, blah 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 blah. But to be honest, that's just something you don't want to be the person to
No.
have to tell that person. That's what I
No.
feel like anyway.
I would approach the cheater and be like,
Yeah.
I know Now you got to come clean. That's it.
Well, that's why I'm saying I don't want to know.
Yeah,
Don't
exactly. Don't
fucking
tell me.
involve me. Don't accidentally tell me.
Don't tell
Don't
me.
send me a wrong text message.
What if you
Don't
see them
fucking
out
bother me.
on the, you're out somewhere and you see them on a date?
I'd be so pissed.
Oh,
would
I
be
saw this. I
pissed.
had so this happened to me years ago. My cousin was dating this guy, and he was kind of like something about him was just like creepy and off. And then one Saturday night, I was with my friends at Chili's, and
Love Chili's.
Don't be ashamed of Chili's. It's a wonderful
great.
establishment.
you know which one I'm talking about. There used to be a woman out in front with roses, selling roses for someone. Like you could buy them, for a person that you're with.
Okay.
So we're leaving, and I see my cousin's boyfriend, and he's walking with a girl, and he buys a rose. And I was just like this. And I was like, oh my God. I actually did tell my cousin. I ended up telling,
Well,
I want it.
That's blood loyalty right there.
But
Yeah.
he lied to her and said it was like someone he went to college with, and it was his friend. But meanwhile, then they broke up a couple of weeks later, months, whatever it was.
As
That's
devastating
bullshit, but right.
as a boyfriend-girlfriend cheating is, it's nothing compared to a married cheating.
I can't even imagine. Husband and wife,
Yeah.
that's brutal. Anybody out there that's happened to, heartfelt sympathy on our end here.
Yeah.
It is
And what's
terrible.
crazy is out of our group of friends, what are we, 6 or 7 couples? I feel like at least 3 of them are definitely cheating. I just don't want to know about it.
Yikes.
Just keep it the
Wait,
fuck
are
away
you
from me.
including me in there?
You're included in the friends, but I'm sure it's not one of the 3 of us.
I included
Thanks,
you twice.
thanks for the
Janine.
vote of thanks for the vote of confidence, Frank. I'm sure it's not
It's
you.
not. I don't think it is.
I'm sure
you,
it's not.
You and your husband are very much into each other, and that's great. That's obvious.
Hang on, let me ask you a question, Frank. Honestly, don't lie to me. Is it cheating if he fucked up with looking at some girl's shoes? Because then I feel like it's justified.
He was looking at her ass.
Oh, that's right. I forgot.
I missed that episode, I think.
In high school, me and Gaetano.
Oh, okay. Yes. I got
You
it.
know.
Yeah. Okay.
So she's justified in going out and getting some side strange.
Oh,
Uh,
there's that word.
All right, this is all
Some
leading.
SD.
This is all leading to our next time. Oh, but my question was: I would imagine that with all the people working from home, the amount
Oh.
of people fooling around with people at work probably went down a great deal amount.
Oh yeah, I think so.
Probably, but I feel like new relationships probably didn't spring up at work, but there are, once if you're looking, you'll find a way.
Because what if you had an old like what if you were cheating? Let's say you're cheating on your husband. Hypothetically, you're cheating on your husband.
Hypothetically, okay.
Then the pandemic hits, and now the person you're cheating with, is feeling like, I don't know, what's the word? What would the word be? Like neglected or?
Well, obviously, you couldn't. Nobody was going any place unless they had to. So, you technically could say, "Hey, I'm going to the supermarket. Oh my God, there was so many people there. I can't believe it. That's why it took me 2 hours and 46 minutes."
You know what's probably making it way harder to cheat these days? Ring cams.
Oh.
Everybody's got, you got the ring cam. It's on everybody. It's on both parties' phones. I'm sure.
That's true. I have cameras all throughout my house that I could see at any
That's true.
time.
You know what's
Boom.
funny? A couple of weeks ago, the guy across the street came by to bring something to me. I forgot what. Not that. And my
You're bringing a
husband
story
texted.
up now at this time when we're accusing you of all this stuff.
My husband's like, "Hey, why was blank there?" And I was like, "Well,
Hello.
I was like, well, he was bored. He was bored with his wife home during the week. So, he wanted to hear my kids scream. So that's why he came over.
Let me ask you a question, Janine. Do you ever see your neighbors? Because you got the camera, right? You ever
Yeah.
see them doing crazy shit or stupid shit or fall on the ice or anything?
No, I just had that video of me when I had to come home because I had to make duty really bad. I still had that one because you know what? It is still funny.
That was a great way to put it, by the way.
And sometimes the people across the street are entertaining. Oh, 3D.
Yeah.
Do you have your chips, J-Sabs? Did you get them?
No one told me.
I don't
Oh,
think
whoops.
I don't think we told her.
What the fuck?
Yeah, we're doing product testing tonight. All right. Anyway, this
I
is
guess
leading
I'll
in.
leave. Go ahead.
This is
Probably
leading
my
into
last subject.
our Cuomo story. This is let me see here. I think the
This
New
is
York
new
Post.
to me.
New York Post had this one. Ex-Governor Andrew Cuomo and his then top aide Melissa DeRosa were allegedly spotted by a state police bodyguard making out on the sidewalk like high schoolers.
When?
Ooh, I like this.
Recently?
Yeah,
The
right?
alleged May through December romance was apparently revealed in the sworn testimony of a female state trooper who has accused Cuomo of sexually harassing her, and whose interview transcript was released by the Attorney General Letitia James earlier this week. Although
First of all, I don't think that's accurate. May through December. I think the term is May-December romance. Like it's just a term that means like a brief romance. It's not
No.
That's a
literal.
term?
Yeah, a May-December romance is a term that I think it means like a fleeting.
No.
Are you fucking for real?
May December romance means that they're total opposite because May and December are total
Is that what
opposite
that is?
months.
Okay,
Yes.
yeah, I knew it was a term. I didn't know. It's not. It lasted from May to December.
I've never heard this before. You fucking
Yeah.
with me?
No, I swear it's a term. I didn't know that was the exact meaning, but that sounds better than what I said. I think Janine
Wow.
nailed it.
All right, let us
That's
know in the
what she
comments
said.
below who's right there, Frank or
No, I'm right.
No, I think it's Janine is right. I think it means two opposite people. It doesn't mean it lasted from May to December.
I gotta be honest with you. I'm not happy with either description. I think they're
Oh
both
my
stupid.
God. Google.
Whatever.
Go to the
May
machine.
I'm
December
gonna Google it
romance.
now.
That sounds stupid.
You
Anyway,
never heard that term?
Never, not once.
Goodbye. Because you don't read steamy, hot sex novels.
Oh, here it's okay. Janine, you're kind of right, but there's
Age,
a little
though,
more.
right?
It's an age
Yeah,
difference.
that's what I meant.
A May-December romance is it's an age-old term for an amorous relationship between two people with a considerable age difference.
Yes.
Yeah, so it didn't go from May to December.
Even that doesn't make sense, but okay, I'll take it. Although DeRosa wasn't identified as Cuomo's kissing partner in the 143-page document, 3 sources with knowledge of the proceedings said her name is among several that were blacked out and were replaced with job titles. In this case, senior staffer number 1.
Who's that?
He's 63. She's 39.
There you go.
Oh, is the question you're going to ask? Are you going to ask me this? If I would date a 63-year-old?
Well, I know the answer to that. I wouldn't waste
Yeah,
my time
that's- come
asking.
on.
Are you fucking kidding? You really? Okay.
You wouldn't date a 63-year-old?
All right. I mean, I would.
Come on. It's a no-brainer for you.
No, I honestly don't. Like, I don't know.
What
I
if
don't
he
know.
said and proved that he had nipple rings?
That's a
Is that a
don't
deal
even
breaker or a deal starter?
deal starter.
All right.
I don't
Nipple
know
rings.
though.
This
Would you
is-
date a 63-year-old woman?
I'm married, so no. But if I wasn't,
Right.
I mean, I don't know. Maybe.
I think women are more inclined to date older men than men being inclined more to date older women.
That could be. I don't know. Love is love, baby.
I
Listen,
don't know. Do you think this is true?
do I think that they were making out? Yes.
If this is true, I mean, this guy has had one hell of a run. Like, harassing people, COVID, he's sleeping with his, or making out with his top aide. Like, this is
So-
not.
This is one witness said that they saw this. They
3.
saw this happen? 3. Oh, well, that's not good.
3.
Yeah, so that's.
No, I'm sorry. She was one. Wait, hold on a second. She was one of 3 possibilities, but a state trooper said that he or she saw it.
All right. I mean, that's possible, I guess. couldn't have been him making out with his wife, I guess.
Well, he was split from what's her name there, Sandra
Oh.
Lee.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. So it's not a
and
question of adultery. It's a question of just making out with your staff.
She was married. I don't know if she was married at the time.
Man, this is confusing. So
Wonder if
much
she
shit.
used her work emails to.
Right?
Oh, I
Dun,
guess
dun.
they're getting divorced.
I would imagine so.
Yeah.
What's her name?
Melissa DeRosa.
Isn't that the one?
That was the woman who was next to him during every
Yes.
single one of those COVID press conferences.
Okay.
That
Yeah.
like defended him and did all that shit. I tuned into those things every friggin' day and listened to the two of them like talk us through that whole pandemic. Who knew he was slipping out of the tongue the whole time?
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
In more places than one. Oh.
Oh.
This fucking guy.
Hopefully, for her sake.
Hey.
He fucks. Cuomo.
That's what I'm saying, and that's my thing. Where does all this energy come from? I'm fucking exhausted all the time.
No, and
You
you're not
turned
the
over
governor.
on the couch yesterday, and you're still paying for it, huh?
Yeah.
That's the truth. You're not running a state through a pandemic.
Yes. How
And
many
you're-
people
you're-
live in New York? 12 million people? 20
Something
million
like that.
people?
I don't know. Lots of million people.
I'm responsible for 3 people. I can't handle it.
You're not even including yourself on that one.
You better believe it. Clearly, I've neglected all of
Yeah.
it. Yeah,
I
this
think-
guy's responsible for all these fucking people. He's probably scheduled from 6 a.m. in the morning until 9 o'clock at night. Where the fuck is he finding all this time? I don't understand it.
During work hours with his,
I
with
do
his
have
staff.
to say, and I liked him, but then I don't like him anymore. But then I did stick up for him. I think he does take care of himself pretty well. I think he works out every day. Like he takes care of his body.
Sure,
Obviously.
but 63 and you got all that energy and you don't have enough on your plate. You're going to start screwing around at work with people.
How
Man.
many how original do you think he was with his sexting? Like, do you think he was like
Awful.
suave, or do you
No.
think he no? You
No.
think
I think
he's
there was-
awful?
Yeah.
I think there's at least a picture of his nipple rings that he starts out with.
Oh yeah.
Sends
wait
the old
till
nipple
those-
ring out.
That will be the greatest day of this podcast when we finally get those photographs. When
How did
them
we go
nipples-
through the
I'm
whole
working on
summer
it.
without a shirtless pic of him?
I don't know if-
am working on it.
If you remember, one of the first couple of episodes where Janine and Frank came onto the started doing the podcast with me, was Nipplegate. It was right around Nipplegate where we started talking about the fact that people were like, "Hey, what's under this guy's shirt? Feels like there might be big nipple rings there."
How have we not gotten to the bottom of that yet?
I feel like it's the beginning of the.
And
It's like the button on Seinfeld. It's like we're gonna hopefully that's how we'll know to leave.
Oh no, that's not good. 'Cause what if that happens soon? We don't know when that's going to. This is like that Kruger episode of Seinfeld where they had to get him a picture with his shirt off.
Oh,
Really got a
God.
little scheme cooking here, don't you?
Oh my God.
All right. So that's Cuomo DeRosa. We'll keep our eye on that. I feel like there's gonna definitely be some more there.
Yeah.
I mean, how do you feel if you're hurt too, knowing that he was fucking sliding his hand under other girls' shirts while you're fucking necking with him and shit?
I'm sure
Necking.
I'm sure she realized it wasn't a what's it called, a monogamous kind of relationship, as they were keeping it secret and hidden from everybody, and wasn't he married at the time? And
No, he's been divorced he's been
I don't
separated
know.
for
I
a
don't know.
while
Is-
too.
is-
Yeah, he was married,
Okay.
divorced,
Then I don't-
and then he was dating Sandra Lee from the Food Network for like the longest time, and then
Yeah.
they split.
Oh, all right. I didn't know any of that.
How shitty?
mean-
how shitty would you feel though? Like let's say you're Sandra Lee. You have your relationship. It ends. I think it ended amicably between the two of them. And then the person that you were with, like, how would you feel if the person that you were with continued on and then continued on to be a huge piece of shit? Like, wouldn't you just be sitting there going, what was he doing when we were together?
Yeah, you start analyzing everything.
That would drive me crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you go, well, he wasn't a shithead when I was dating him, and then you go, well, was he? How would I
Right.
know?
How would you know?
Yeah.
Yeah. That would drive me
Oh,
crazy.
you would know.
All right, this is another one I'm obsessed with before we get to product testing. The metaverse real estate market.
What?
Did you know
Oh, God.
that? Okay, now Zuckerberg the other day, they changed the company to Meta. Remember, he changed the parent company of Facebook and Instagram to Meta. Why is everybody
Yes.
looking around on the floor? What's
Because
happening? The both of you started looking around on the floor. I started to panic.
Oh,
Like,
I shut off my light
Oh.
to signal you guys.
Signal the end is coming. The end is near.
The bat signal
Hang
had to be taken off.
You're not sticking around for product testing?
Are you you're trying out 3D Doritos? Yeah, guess what? I've tried them out before.
Oh, have you tried these already?
Mm-hmm.
You have.
How could you?
They've been out for a while.
I know. I bought them like a month ago, and I forgot to bring them onto the episode, and then we talked about it last Friday.
So you like them?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
There's our taste test.
Delicious.
I would love to know.
9.7.
I would love to know from the audience. What'd you give it, Ginny?
9.7.
Wow,
That's good.
Seems a little too high, but okay.
That's an A+.
Yeah.
Are you Cool Ranch or nacho cheese kind of gal?
I'm a nacho cheese gal.
Are you for real?
Yeah.
I was just about to say, who the hell is nacho cheese?
Nacho cheese is great.
You probably drink Orangina too, right?
Ugh. Husband likes
Orangeade.
husband likes nacho cheese over Cool Ranch, and
That's
I'm
insane.
Nacho cheese is amazing.
like, what? Yeah, but I feel like you could always have every brand potato chip has their own nacho cheese kind of flavor. Nobody really has a Cool Ranch.
They have ranch.
Yeah, but it's not Cool Ranch. It's not the
What's the
same.
difference?
It's not. Anthony,
Is there a difference between ranch
Anthony.
and Cool Ranch?
Yes,
She
there
is right that Doritos has a monopoly over the cool part of the ranch.
Hmm.
Because there's not. Are there other ranch flavors? Like, is there a ranch potato chip?
I feel like there's ranch.
Yeah, but
I feel like if there's a salad dressing, there's a potato chip flavor.
No, I think potato chips are more sour cream and onion.
Sour
Cream and
sure.
onion's the dominant flavor there.
I don't know if it's dominant, but it's up there.
yeah.
What do you
it's
think
up
the
there.
most popular potato chip flavor is?
Plain?
Barbecue. I said barbecue.
I said plain.
Plain and barbecue?
I love
Well,
barbecue.
I
Love me
don't
some
think plain.
barbecue.
Like, let's outside of plain a flavor.
All right. Yeah, probably sour cream and onions up
That
there.
actually would probably be the move to fucking come out with a potato chip flavored potato chip.
Stupid ass.
Somebody should do that though. I could make a fucking campaign out of that.
This tastes like potato chips.
Yeah, I mean
Right.
they got ketchup potato chips, pickle potato chips. How about fucking potato chip?
You know what they need? French fry potato chips.
Oh,
Interesting.
Just oil them
Interesting.
up and salt them up. Salt and pepper is good too. But
Yeah.
I digress. What about this metaverse real estate?
from chips to this.
All right, no, I'm just looking. There's a jalapeno ranch ruffle.
Oh yeah, I've had that one.
There is Lay's makes a wavy ranch. Pringles has a buffalo ranch,
There you go. That sounds
and the kettle brand chips. You guys have probably seen these bags? The kettle brand chips.
good. Sure.
Oh yeah,
They
they
have,
have all
a
different flavors.
farm stand ranch.
Nice.
Okay.
So yeah, but
I
Cool
like
Ranch, that's a Dorito thing. They got the monopoly on that shit.
I like crab chips. You ever have those?
Yeah,
They're
that's
amazing.
pretty all right. Anyway, so Metaverse. Let's talk about this.
Mm.
Zuckerberg renames the company Meta. He's talking about the Metaverse. Metaverse is this virtual reality world that is being built right now as we speak by
Oh god.
I don't even know who's behind this.
God.
Different companies I'm gathering, including Facebook. But they're literally already selling real estate in these virtual
What?
universe, in the metaverse. They're selling fucking land, virtual land in these, and people are buying them like crazy. And I know what you're thinking. This is absurd and stupid. This is like when we were talking about NFTs. But I can't, remember that clip? It's become really famous now. That clip of Bryant Gumbel on the Today
Oh,
Show,
yeah.
and they're trying to figure out what the @ symbol is, and they think
Yep.
it's so stupid. And now you fast forward to 25 years and look at what it is now. I feel like that's what this is going to turn it. This clip right now is going to turn into that.
So what I'm picturing is, I don't know if it always comes back to movies.
Here's
with
what
me.
I'm picturing, Frank.
Okay.
50-year-old
mind what I was
versions
saying.
of us looking at this clip going, why didn't I buy fucking real estate in the metaverse? But we were fucking talking about this.
I guess.
Go ahead.
But
Tell
What
go
I'm
ahead.
picturing, remember Jurassic Park?
Okay.
Yeah.
Remember when she's going through, at the end, she's going through the computer system trying to turn everything back on? And there's all these little buildings, and she has to find the right one in the computer system.
Okay.
Like, it looks like a town in
That's
this
what you
computer
think
program.
it looks like.
Well, that's what it looks like.
Okay.
That's what I'm picturing.
Oh,
The
okay.
metaverse is just a computer program that has. I feel like it's not websites. It's what? What does it mean by real estate? It's space in the metaverse. Like how?
Yeah. So, I mean, picture the best way I could describe this is Ready Player One. Did you see Ready Player One?
Yeah,
Where
but
they put on the goggles and the suit and they stand in the thing and they're in this
Right.
Oh God.
virtual world that everybody see that's the difference. That's what people have a little bit of a hard time getting past. If I put on goggles right now, what I see in virtual reality as we know it right now, I see. Okay, this is
a shared virtual reality that everybody's in on.
right, but everybody. The key is that everybody sees the same thing in the same virtual spot, if you will.
Right. No, I get it. So you could buy Zone 1A, and everybody who goes to Zone 1A sees your thing.
Right.
But isn't that just like a website? But it's a virtual reality kind of
I
thing?
guess it's kind of another way of buying a web address, if because nobody else can buy, AnthonyOnAir.com. Nobody else can buy that. When they go there, they see our podcast.
So this is going to be only existing in whatever this metaverse reality.
Yeah.
Like, who has access to it? Number one. How do we get access to it? Number two. And if you buy real estate in it, who's going to see it?
Right now, not a lot of people.
Right. But when it so they're planning on whatever this thing is to become the next step in virtual whatever.
Right.
Oh boy.
It's a lot. It's pretty intense when you think about it.
Big step. That's the next the next social media is going to be virtual reality now.
Well, it's interesting that you say that because that's exactly what they're calling it. Because Web 1.0 was AOL dial-up.
Right.
Web 2.0 was Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, was social media. And they're calling this Web 3.0 now, where it's like we'll all be wearing
another
little
existence. It's going to be another world.
Oh God.
It's going to be another world unto itself. Now, what I find interesting is there seems to be this battle between VR and AR of where, like, I put on goggles and I'm in a virtual world, and that's it. And then there's also AR, which is I am in this world, but I see, and there are different things that are
to it.
placed amongst this world.
Oh, I like that.
Well, that's like
and-
Pokemon Go is augmented reality.
Basically. And Facebook or Meta now is spending billions of dollars.
They must think people are really gonna.
Yeah.
So they're erring on the side of virtual reality, not augmented.
No, they're both. They're just like wherever this winds up, we're gonna be. Like like it's no mistake. Like they're not gonna let Verizon or AT&T or Apple beat them to this punch. Like
if
like,
anybody's
All right.
going to get there, it's not going to be some new company or some company that has nothing to do with it.
right.
It's going to be these types of companies.
It's gonna be these kinds of companies. And I was watching an interview with Zuckerberg the other day where he said something so interesting was it's not just the technology that they're developing around the visual part of it. It's also the haptic. Is it aptic or haptic?
I don't know
Haptic is basically like, okay, when you click on something on your phone and it feels like you're pressing a real button because
There's like a reaction.
there's a haptic response, there's a little vibration in the phone that makes it feel like a tap. That's the same exact thing that they also need to invest in, because if we're in this virtual, okay, picture this, you big fucking nerd. This is gonna be right up your alley.
Oh God.
You too, there, Harry Potter. Picture this: you put on a fucking suit and your glasses that you're wearing right now, and you hold up a little thing like this, and you press your little virtual button, and out comes a legit lightsaber that you and your little Harry Potter nerd here friend can see, and the two of you have your little virtual sword fight. But it's not bullshit. When you hit those swords, you can actually feel
See,
it.
how could that?
And
How
when
could
she
that
hits
be?
you in the shoulder, you actually have a physical response to it.
I feel like there's a physics.
Look at how excited look especially at her. Look
I feel like
this is kind
I
of
feel like you run
cool.
into a big physics problem here, because if I have a lightsaber in this virtual reality, and you have one, and we hit them together, yeah, they might hit together in virtual reality, but in the real world, I'm just swinging at nothing, and they might hit. They're not gonna stop. Like if I swing and you swing, and the lightsabers hit each other,
right,
we're just gonna go through. There's not gonna be anything there to stop it.
Right now, that doesn't exist.
What's gonna stop it? There's nothing. You have to hit something.
Not necessarily.
In order for my arm to get the recoil,
I know what you're saying. I swing it, you swing it. We're
Oh
not
my
really there. It
God.
doesn't hit anything. But it would
In
be
reality.
it would be a response. Who knows if it's like like when you shoot a rifle and it jerks back, it might be a thing where,
Jerks back. My phone's gonna blow
All
up
right.
because it's 90,000 degrees.
You're
I don't
going
know
off
why.
you're going off to buy a spot in the metaverse, Janine. Just admit it.
Maybe.
How much are they going for?
That's a great question.
And what do you get? I mean, do you get like a little tiny?
And can you cheat? Can you cheat on your spouse in there? And would
what
it
I'm
be
trying to-
considered? Would it be considered cheating?
Right.
Like, what I'm confused is, what are you actually buying? Are you buying something that looks like a store? Like when you're in the virtual world, you could walk up to it and go, "This is my store." Or are you buying a domain? Or are you?
It's an empty plot of land, an empty plot of just not a building.
So it's an empty. It's a. You're buying a virtual plot of land that you can see and build whatever you want on it.
All right, now we're gonna let Janine go. We'll let her go on this question. Keep in mind now, this is not.
Yes.
Keep these guesses in reality, for lack of a better term.
Oh God.
How much do you think the highest selling virtual plot went for? Again, you right now it's a lot of nothingness is what you're purchasing. So keep that in mind.
5 million.
Frank?
I will go with a lot of nothing. The highest one, I'll keep it conservative. I'll go 100,000.
You fucked up. You should have said $1. You always go $1.
Oh.
You actually still would win. $1 million.
Okay.
I
was closer.
Yeah, but you went over.
No, you weren't closer.
No, I was.
100,000 is closer.
I'm only 4 million off.
You're right.
I'm only 900,000 off.
All right. I guess you win. Go ahead. Have fun cheating not in the real world.
What's that stupid game they play in Harry Potter?
Quidditch.
You have to play. You off to your Quidditch game. It's a Quidditch club time.
Different kind of balls. That's what I'm saying. Bye.
All right, there she goes,
That
everybody.
snitch.
J Sabs
The golden snitch.
off to yell at her husband for thinking of another girl.
Poor bastard.
You son of a bitch! Who are you thinking of? That's what she was just screaming just now.
Are we eating these things or what?
Let's do it, my man. Let's do's it.
Opening, getting the whiff. Oof, that is a strong ranch smell.
Is it a strong ranch smell?
Ooh, these look. You know what they look like? They look like bugles.
I fucking love a bugle. I absolutely love a bugle. All right, as we get ready to try these, don't forget our merch store is open. By the way, Can you guess, Frankie C, what the top selling piece of merch has been this week?
I will guess that it's a that's what she said something with that
You
phrase.
would be correct, sir.
Boom.
The "That's What She Said" line has been on fucking fire this week. Sweatshirts, t-shirts,
Go get them, baby.
the tank tops, they are flying off the shelves. The "That's What She Said" line, which I cannot find right now on our
They've sold out.
store.
No, they're not sold out. They're there somewhere.
I don't know. They're around here somewhere. Damn it. They're
Is that it?
selling.
No, it's not it.
Anyway, they were the most sold shirts this week. So
I find that hard to believe since we can't find them.
they may have all
Anywhere.
sold out. Well, you know what's funny? I got an email from our supplier that's like, we're discontinuing a bunch of things. And I was like, I'll look at this later. And now I think it might be all
shit.
of those.
Way to keep on top of that.
Which is a good thing. We had a good Monday through Thursday because
Yeah, but this email's not important.
this email's not important. Hey, your top selling items are leaving.
All right, what is that one? What
That's
does that
the-
one say?
That's the "Show Me Potato Salad" line.
Oh.
All right, I'm going to scream at somebody as soon as we get off the air.
Oh, this is bad.
Anyway, we'll put it back on. But that's not to say that you have to buy that line. That was just the most sold for this week.
All right.
So if you want to get something, go and get something. The Legalized Comedy line, long
You
pumps
can't
only.
really go wrong here.
You can't go wrong with any of these items. Show Me
I like the
Potato
different
Salad.
colors. Look at that. The green.
Yeah,
the
we
rainbow.
got some. Yeah, we put some colors on. If you notice, most of our color scheme is black and white. But
Yeah, but I like the
I'd like to
change
see.
that up.
Here's the thing. "That's What She Said" is Janine's. That's her line. I'd like to see Frank's silhouette collection take off a little bit.
That'd be nice.
I'd like to see that get a little jump start.
That would be good. Speaking of JUMPSTART,
Speaking of Jumpstart, we do have the coffee cup shirts that's gonna go good with the Jumpstart Coffee Company for sure.
that's a beaut.
For sure. Don't forget, you can hop on them, support them, 15% off, promo code AOA15. Thanks to everybody who has purchased Jumpstart Coffee Company. Not only do I thank you for supporting this podcast, Chris and the whole crew, thank you for supporting their coffee company. And of course, the Navy SEALs, thank you, because 50% of their profits go to the Navy SEAL Foundation. So great coffee,
beautiful
great
thing.
cause. Grab
Hit
yours
that
now.
yellow button. I want to see what that looks like in yellow.
Boom.
Nice. It's a beaut.
Simpsons yellow.
Mm-hmm. I'm in.
Yeah,
Good stuff.
that's not bad.
All
I
right.
could do that in the yellow. Anyway, thanks for supporting, whether you're buying merch or you're purchasing the Jumpstart Coffee Company.
Here it is. They look like little bugles, little puffs.
Throw it in, my man.
We're doing it.
Oh, that is vibrant. Stings the nostrils.
They're not as strong when you taste them, though, which is
Yeah.
good. I like that.
You got to get in close and get the crunch. I know you hate that, but you got to do it.
I like our listeners a little too much for that.
Can you not even do it to yourself? Like if you were doing
I can
it?
do it for myself,
Okay.
but I don't want to do that to people. I don't want to be obnoxious.
All right. Take your ears off because I got to show people the crunch.
Oh God, here we go. Taking crunch to another level is what they say on the back.
By the way, these are Crunch Spicy Ranch.
I don't know what you're saying, but I agree.
Oh, you can put your headphones back on
Sorry,
now.
I did that.
You can put your headphones back on. I said they're Crunch Spicy Ranch. That's pretty good.
They are good.
You got a bigger bag than I did. I got like a small bag. What do you got going? You got a whole full-size bag, don't you?
I got 6 ounces.
I got 2 ounces.
Ah, you wuss.
Oh, you know what? You know why these are good?
Why they good?
They're not Doritos. They're flavored corn snacks.
What?
Oh, wait. Are Doritos corn chips? No. Doritos
Yeah.
are tortilla chips. Aren't they?
Yeah, made from corn.
No. A tortilla chip is made from tortilla.
Which is made from corn.
Not all
Yeah,
tortillas.
tortilla is not a a vegetable that I'm aware of, or a grain
No, you
tortilla.
can have
is the
a
name.
flour tortilla. That's got no corn
Yeah,
in it.
made from flour.
What are you saying?
Corn. Yeah, this is made from
No,
corn.
I'm saying regular Doritos are made from flour tortillas, right? They're tortilla chips,
Yeah,
aren't
but
they?
you said they were made from tortillas.
Tortillas, yeah. flour
Tortilla is
tortillas.
not the ingredient.
What? A chip.
You got to take a step back,
A tortilla chip is a tortilla cut and fried,
right?
right?
But what is a tortilla made of?
flour.
It could either be made of flour
It
or.
can be made of corn.
Thank you. When you say it's made of tortilla, that doesn't exactly tell you it's made of corn or flour.
Hang on
This is
here.
delicious.
Breaking news.
Uh-oh.
Doritos, a flavored tortilla chip, produced since 1964. That seems crazy early. I feel like Doritos was a 90s thing.
Mm.
The original Doritos were not flavored. The first flavor was toasted corn.
Ha-ha.
So the original one was not flavored. It was just a tortilla chip.
Ho-ho.
They should bring back that toasted corn flavor. I bet you that would be something. So this is technically not really a Dorito. This is a corn snack. It's like corn chips.
But
Which
it's,
is like
it's in a Dorito bag.
Fritos. I know.
There's a lot of ingredients, by the way, to this.
These are
A lot
really
of
good.
weird words.
This is the right amount of spice. Go ahead, read your ingredients.
I mean, you got the regular ingredients, jalapeno pepper, baking soda, corn flour, vegetable oil, salt, onion powder, garlic, buttermilk, sour cream. But then you have, let's see, xanthan gum, carob bean gum.
I was just gonna say I taste the xanthium gum. Right
You got that in there?
Let's go.
Acai, I don't know, gum. Not too much other craziness.
I'd probably eat more
Disodium.
oranges and grapes if it had xanthium gum in it.
I think that's what killed Curly. It's not a Seinfeld joke. Cramp art and couch grass? I think that's what killed Curly.
Caught right.
Is it good?
This is fucking good. This is
I
the
can
right amount.
polish off this bag right here.
I'll tell you something. I hate mass-produced spicy foods.
Hmm.
Like, I don't know what the fast food places are doing, but every fast food place that has a spicy chicken nugget is disgusting to me. It's all just disgusting, spicy grossness. This is actually kind of good.
This is the first time I've seen a semi-decent serving size amount on these things. They usually say it's like 3 chips is a serving size. 27 pieces, they say. That's reasonable.
On a serving size? Yeah,
There's one serving size.
pretty
About
good.
27 pieces, they say.
I got that too. That lines up.
That's a decent serving size. I could see stopping at 27.
All right, what would you score this?
In the chip world, I
By
give
the way,
this.
I'm going to be all in the comments to see if anybody remembered to do this and actually did it with us.
That'd be great.
Yeah, I can't wait to read them.
Yeah, if you got your chips, now's the time.
Too busy now eating.
I would give this, in the greater chip universe, I would say 8, 7.5, 8. It's really good. Is it the best chip I've ever had? No, but it's really good.
I was going to go 8.7.
It loses a little point for me whenever you can't dip a chip. I like a
I don't think
dippable
that's.
chip.
I think your scale's all fucked up. I think that's a point of pride.
That's my personal scale.
If I don't, it doesn't need the crutch of an onion dip, the way some chips do.
But it's good. I like it. I really like it. I land at a solid 7.7.
Okay, I'm going. I can't believe I'm a full point higher than you.
Well,
I wouldn't give that score out lightly though. 8.7 is a high ass
that's
fucking score.
high.
That's really good.
Have you ever had a bad chip?
Yeah.
I don't think I ever have. Like, I've tasted it and went, I can't eat any of this.
I think your favorite chip I consider a bad chip. Don't you
Crab
like
chips?
wise potato? What? No, not crab chips.
Which one?
I thought you like Wise potato chips.
They're okay. They're not. I don't think they're bad. I don't think
I'm
they're
a kettle
great.
chip guy or nothing at all. Get out of here.
No Lay's.
The worst I can downgrade is a wavy is a Ridges because at least that's got some crunch. If it's flaky and greasy and gross, I can't
Yeah.
take it.
I like Lay's more than Wise. I think Wise is a little greasier than Lay's.
Wise is awful. I can't believe they're still in business.
Mm.
Especially with all the, I mean, I don't know if people have this all over the country, but here in New York,
Mhm.
you go into like a deli here in New York or a grocery store, there's like 7 or 8 independent chip makers
That's
that are
true.
making amazing local chips that
Mhm.
are kettle and crunchy and delicious.
I give you that.
This is good, but I feel like I'm a sucker for corn chips, and it's got the spice to it, and it's got that little bit of the Cool Ranch in there as well too, that kind of balances it all together. Those 3 things together are good. I'll tell you what else too.
Because it's spicy ranch. It's not Cool Ranch.
Yeah, it's spicy ranch. I'll tell you what else too. Much like with a good sandwich, because it's puffed, I feel like you get a little bit more surface area for flavor.
It's like you're getting 2 chips in one bite.
Yeah,
You get the outer puff and then the underneath puff.
but who doesn't love to put 2 chips together to get all that extra crunch in there?
Yeah, these are nice. Yeah, you got look at all that surface area in there.
That's nice.
Beautiful thing. You got the powdery stuff.
Hold that up again there, Frank. Get another
That
one.
was close.
Look at that.
That is a puff, baby.
That is a puff.
It's beautiful.
Lovely. All right. I think we should leave it there.
I'm gonna go polish off this bag.
Right?
Amazing.
I'm like, let's end the show so I could really stuff my face with these the way I want to.
They're not calling them chips. They're calling them flavored corn snacks.
Yeah. I think puffed snacks like this are the wave of the future. Because there's another one. We should save it for a future review. But they are so good, and they got the same kind of thing.
Can I buy these in the metaverse?
I think this is the way. This is the metaverse of Doritos, and it's no longer flat. It is 3D, my friend.
I feel like this is not a new thing, though. I feel like we're just coming to this. Like this, I feel like was in a Super Bowl commercial like 2 years ago.
No. This is this year.
Yeah?
This has got to be fairly recent.
Wasn't there a commercial with someone like Kevin Bacon was in a vending machine or something? I don't know. Got sucked into the vending machine and then was 3D and it was weird. I could be wrong.
I mean, I could be wrong. Oh, here, hold on a second. There's more. There's a crunch. Oh, what is this one? Chili cheese nacho.
Oh my God.
Another one.
Oh, I'm there.
Hold on, look at this. Let me see what this is. Oh no, these are regular Doritos. I wonder when these came out. I don't even know. Let me see. Here's a Dorito review from January 4th, 2021.
That's just a review, 2021. And that's January 4th, which means they came out in 2020.
Oh, it says Doritos 3D are back. Oh, so maybe they had a first run.
Well, if they're back, hope they're here to stay because they're good.
Yeah, this is fucking good.
These are what you serve at a party.
100%. I'm with you. All right. Good product review, my friend.
Go get them because they're good.
3D spicy ranch
Spicy
crunch.
ranch. Spicy ranch is a. I haven't seen that anywhere. I
Mhm.
feel like that's a newbie. The old spicy ranch. That seems new. You see ranch, you see spicy, but I've never seen them together.
Would you like this if it wasn't spicy? I think I might like it even more.
I like the spice. I like spicy chips.
I like the spice too, but I feel like if they took it down a notch or two, it would be even better.
It is strong. After like 3 of them, you're like, oh
Yeah, because now
They
I'm kind of
start
like,
to-
oh, it's really hot.
They start to hit you a little bit.
It's not really hot. It's like not unbearable, but
No.
it's kind of like,
You feel it in the back of your throat.
yeah, if I wanted to polish off a whole bag, if they would have made it a little cooler, I would have been,
Maybe
I'd
that's a
have been
good
better
thing.
off. Yeah. All right. You good? Anything else there, Frankie C?
Good as it gets.
My God, it's good to have you back.
Oh, thank you.
I don't know
That's
where you
sweet.
went.
I don't know where I went either,
A little too much of an outpouring of love for you after just missing one episode. I mean,
which I greatly appreciate. Thank you.
Janine
everyone.
misses one episode all the time, and nobody makes that big of a deal.
Well, they go to her OnlyFans. You're not missing much here.
That's true. That's true. I feel like Janine gets more of a bigger pop in episode than after the fact. Like when we premiere the episode,
Oh yeah,
people are
everybody's
excited
going,
when
where's
she joins.
where's Janine? Yeah.
Yeah.
Totally.
Yeah, 100%. I also love how the other, I forget what day it was where we all started together and people were like thrown by this. Like, what's happening?
I was thrown. That's very rare.
Why are they all here to start the show? That doesn't make any sense.
I didn't know what to do with myself.
I didn't know where to put my hands. And that was the weird part. I will still laugh every time in Ricky Bobby when he says about the hands and he's doing the interview and he's just like, the way he's holding his hands.
What do I do with my hand?
Oh, God. People think Will Ferrell's not funny.
He's an American treasure.
My uncle's like, I don't get why I'm like, what is wrong with you?
Come on, man. He's
I can't
great.
help you. Yeah.
I mean, what's his Step Brothers? Just watch Step Brothers. You'll get the idea.
I'll tell you, I missed Step Brothers the first go around. I was like, this is stupid. I don't get it. And then the second time I saw it, I was
takes a viewing or two.
Yeah, and I usually not like that, but that one took me a viewing or two. Yeah, you're right.
It's a sledgehammer. It hits you over the head. You gotta step back a little bit.
Yeah, 100%. All right, that's it for us. Appreciate you guys as always. By the way, we just surpassed yet another milestone for the podcast. I know we never say what the milestone is, but they're very significant jumps, and
We appreciate it.
We didn't think we would make it to this point this fast again. So thank you to everybody who's here with us every single episode, watching, listening, sharing, commenting, liking, bell notification ringing. Yeah.
Everything.
Everything. We appreciate it so much. And we'll catch you on the next one.